I just saw Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, and so can you. You probably should see the movie. It's pretty good. It's not great, but I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It's not bad. It's actually much better than I thought a Dungeons and Dragons movie would be. So there you go. The last one was this guy. Let the blood rain from the sky! First, we can talk about the bad parts of it. The editing in the movie is actually atrocious at times. The dialogue is filmed in the most cheap and efficient way possible. When he speaks, the camera is on him. When this guy speaks, the camera moves over to him. There's nothing interesting going on there. There's a terrible ADR line right here.
Forge is Lord of Neverwinter.
How did that clown pull that off? How did that clown pull that off? How did that clown pull that off?
How did that clown pull that off? They could have done that a little bit better. It's also very obvious when they're trying to stitch dialogue together.
Give him what he came for.
The tablet? I don't think I will be returning it.
They keep the camera on her, but the bad guy's speaking.
Give him what he came for.
The tablet? I don't think I will be returning it.
They have to keep the camera on her, play the audio of the bad guy speaking.
The tablet?
And then switch to the other shot they have of him speaking and make it sound like it's the same continuous speech, but it's not. It's like bad stitching. The CGI sword does not look good. The owl bear does not look great. This CG background city doesn't look great. The holographic panther monster does not look great either. Hugh Grant is the bad guy, and he's acting a little too chipper. Is he the bad guy? Yeah, he's the bad guy immediately. Yep, immediately. The villain is really generic. It's just evil, dark magic lady. It's a strong and simple villain. You know, what do they want? They want power and they gotta stop them. That's okay, because we gotta get the story rolling. We gotta introduce all these characters. Keep it simple, I guess. So it's not that bad. Everyone comes together and has their own contributions to the team. It's like a family. That's what D&D is all about. Like, this film feels like a weird duality of opposites. The editing is very bad until it isn't. When they're in like a confined sequence where they have to do something interesting, the editing is very good. It has some sort of soul to it.
Fantastic. Where's the shovel?
Here's a good snap zoom. Snap zooms are like the easiest way to add some flair. I don't know why I like them, but I do. The action in the movie is also really easy to follow. There's not too many special effects, and people are actually being thrown around rooms. There's a lot of practical effects. It looks like someone is being hit or thrown around. I mean, it looks like they're on a wire, but it looks better than like a soulless robot being punched or people being shot with blue lasers that are also CG and everything is CG. It's better than that. The set designs are really good. They have a huge backlog of characters and designs and stories that they can pull from. Like, this bird guy looks great. It looks like some sort of Jim Henson model. You know, that looks great. It doesn't look real. It looks like a guy in a suit, but we're in a kind of lackadaisical fantasy movie, so it looks okay. The characters are pretty simple, but they're at least strong. They're well defined. People have been comparing this movie to Guardians of the Galaxy, and I can understand it. You have a goofy, heroic lead, Chris Pratt and Chris Pine, and kind of sleaze bags, but they're doing the right thing. And Chris Pine is charming enough. Michelle Rodriguez is playing the same character that she always plays, but now she's actually cranked up to 11, so she's stronger, and instead of being interested in like bulky hunks of nugget, she now is like a weird thing for small people, so that's an interesting character trait. All the other members of the gang have their motivation and their own character traits, and it's a single movie, so we can't spend too much time developing them, but it's good enough. It's kind of what D&D is all about. It's about the characters. There's a problem, and the characters have to come up with a solution on the fly. There's some comedy in that, but there's also some great tension. Like, they have to fix that problem very quickly, and that's kind of what Dungeons and Dragons is all about. It's about problem solving. It's kind of sad because apparently this movie is not going to make enough to make its money back, which means that the studio probably will not greenlight another project, which means this might be the last Dungeons and Dragons movie since... Let the blood rain from the sky! Since that guy. We've had 3 Iron Man movies, 3 Captain Americas, 4 Avengers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Spider-Man movies. Disney's made I don't know how many Star Wars films. It's kind of sad. You have to stay with well-established and connected characters. Like, we had to flesh out so much nostalgia just so we can move around in Marvel and introduce new and interesting characters that are not Captain America or Spider-Man. The problem with D&D is that there's not a lot of pop culture icons or recognizable characters. Their only claim to fame, their only connection to pop culture is the name D&D. If you're a writer or producer, you have so much to pick and choose from. You could do something in Weatherdeep. You could do Baba Yaga or Strahd, or you could even do Heck Knight. He's a clown and he's an evil clown. So many characters and storylines have been produced just by little groups of people. That's kind of what D&D is all about. It's about world building together. My larger hope for the film is that it introduces you to the world of Dungeons and Dragons and gets you playing that. D&D is a great exercise in creativity and community building, which is probably needed a lot today. So yeah, I think you probably should see the movie and maybe join a D&D group around you. See, there's plenty online. Buy the player guide. I've got one right here. And if you like these videos, just push the like button. It's how YouTube kind of sees my content. Thanks for listening, and y'all have a good one. Okay, I'm out of here.